Hi, Mike Wagner with BCD Video, Network Engineer. Today we're going to be covering how to enable the web management interface for our Titan series switches. Let's begin the configuration. Alright, for those of you looking for an alternative to the command line interface to configure and program your Titan switches, the Titan switch has a web graphical user interface as well, and I'm going to show you how to enable that and get into that right now. So let's go ahead and go into our PuTTY application again, and we'll go through our settings to log into the switch. We'll go ahead and log in with our default username and password. We'll go into Enable, Configure Terminal once again. And we're gonna look at the status of the web page right now. And we're gonna do that, we're gonna go Show Web. And as you can see, the status is turned off. And all of our Titan switches come with that feature turned off. You have to specifically enable it. So let's go ahead and issue the command web enable. We'll go ahead and verify that that's turned on and the status is on. And for this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and access that browser via HTTP. For your actual deployment, you're going to want to go ahead and keep it to HTTPS. But for this demonstration, HTTP, and we're going to have to issue the command to enable that. As you can see here, the secure only is disabled. So let's just verify that that's turned off with the no web secure only. We'll verify that with the show web. Okay, things are looking good. So as you recall from the previous video, we had VLAN 10 on here. Let's take a look. Show VLAN 10. Show interface VLAN 10. And let's just verify that that IP address is still the same. And there it is, 192.168.10.1. So let's go ahead and browse to that web page via Internet Explorer. So let's go ahead and launch Internet Explorer. Let's go and enter the IP address for VLAN 10. And here we are. We're prompted with the Enterprise Device Manager login. The default username and password, the username is admin and the password is password. All lowercase. Let's verify that I entered that correctly, and I did. We'll go ahead and log in. And there we are. Our Titan switch represented in a graphical user interface. As you can see, I'm currently connected to the switch through port 1. And we have all of our port ranges here to configure as we choose. Let's go ahead and take a look at that VLAN 10 that we created through the command line and just see how it looks as a representation from within the web management. And here it is, VLAN 10, name management. There's our instance 1, and there's our port members. So for instance, if we were to create an additional VLAN, let's go through that process and how simplified it can be through here as well. So basically, we just want to go to Insert. We're going to go ahead and name this VLAN Surveillance. And it's going to be by port. Let's give it an ID of 20. Let's assign some port members to it. Let's assign port members 13 through 23. We'll hit OK. And we're going to want to choose our instance. We'll go ahead and choose instance 2. We'll go ahead and click Insert. And there it is, VLAN 20, Surveillance. There's our instance number, and there's our port members. And that's pretty simplistic in nature. We could take a look at some other settings, such as IP addresses. So if we were to click on VLAN 20, go ahead and click on the IP tab. As you can see, there's nothing in there. We can go in and insert one, and we'll give it the address 192.168.20.1 with a Class C subnet mask. Insert, and there we have it. Let's go ahead and back to our VLANs tab and just take a look. VLAN 10, VLAN 20. Let's see what VLAN 10 looks like from a graphical user interface perspective. Let's click on the IP settings, and there we have it, 192.168.10.1. Looking good. Go back to our VLANs, so there we go. If we needed to make additional VLANs, we would just go back to the insert and create as necessary. Let's go ahead and make sure that we save our configuration with the Save Config icon located at the top left corner. Are you sure you want to save the configuration? We're going to go ahead and click OK. Let's minimize this, go back to our CLI and take a look at what we have in there. Let's issue the show VLAN basic command to make sure that VLAN 20 has been added. And sure enough, there it is with the instance number 2. Let's go ahead and do a show VLAN members command to verify that those ports were associated correctly. And there we are, 13 through 23. Last thing we'll check is to make sure that that IP address took correctly. So let's go ahead and issue the show interface VLAN 20 command. And we'll scroll down a few pages. And there we are, VLAN IP 192.168.20.1. So as you see, anything that you do from within the web graphical user interface will be directly injected into the switch, and you can access that through CLI as well. So for those of you looking for an alternative, you have it with Titan switches.